Hi, friend. It's Laura Winters, your host of Miracle in Time podcast and owner of Your Light Holistic Therapy and Wellness LLC. You are a miracle, plain and simple. It's a miracle you are here. A miracle changed my life, and maybe this is the miracle that will change yours. Here we go. Hello, friend. So, I first want to start with how interesting the title of this podcast is called to me because it is Miracle in Time. And I am positive that I've said this before. If you listen back, probably to like the start of this podcast, but that time does not exist. It's an illusion. And that is very hard to comprehend. But if you dive into it, it's so fascinating and interesting. And it definitely is one of the things that I feel like I'm pretty passionate about and just like clicks and like expands for me and keeps kind of moving. And interestingly enough, recently I haven't Um, hmm. I haven't put a focus on this illusion of time. I've been holding on to time as being linear. And maybe that has contributed to the suffering that I have experienced on this little journey that I've been on. And the illusion of time, a lack of time, is pulling me back to what actually exists in the way of the universe. And it's pulling me back through my work, through my experiences now, that in the moment, in this moment, in the now, everything is happening. All of your past experiences, all of your interactions with people, all of every single moment of your life that you've ever lived. And that can be here and now in this lifetime or an infinite number of lives before. And even the possibilities and probabilities of where your life could be headed are all happening right now. And even when I say that, my mind just goes raw, like it's like it expands and is so ginormous because the concept is so huge. And so I was trying to like make sense of it this morning. But if we think about our bodies, we are one human body, and within our body is, I don't even know how many cells do we have? Probably trillions. I don't even know. I don't know what the number is. But think about how many cells we have that are put together to make this one thing. And I'm curious if all of the lives, all of the stories, all of the moments, all of the interactions with people are like the cells, in that all exists within us, that composes us to be this one body, this one story, this one now. And so through my work and through my physical experience, we contribute a lot of things that are happening now to now. When I think that we are cutting ourselves short or small or whatever, instead of accessing this infinite amount of information and stories that literally exist in the now. And so my work is evolving to being able to improve communication with the body. So I'm thinking about speech therapists. What do? We help. One of the things we help do is improve communication. And our body is constantly communicating to us. And are you truly listening to what it's saying? Or are we only accessing a tiny, small sliver of information because we believe that we only exist right here and now with what's currently happening to us? And so oftentimes when I tap in or I connect with the body, it tells me a different story. Sometimes that is more information about the here and now and the connection, and other times it's accessing something that you are not even aware of. And when the body recognizes, when it is acknowledged in the way that it's being expressed, it can move, shift, and potentially release completely. So that what we're experiencing in the now can transcend, transmute, transform. I'm thinking about this week. I looked down and I had like what looked like kind of burn marks on my wrists. And my initial thought was, who grabbed me? And I know that no one did. And I went into the bathroom and I saw some red marks, same marks on my neck. And I was like, well, that's interesting. I must have scratched myself. And then I had a session with my mentor later that day. And at the end, I'm like, hey, can you give me some information here? Because I know I didn't do anything. And she was like, it seems past life related. Like a man was holding on to your wrist. And I wasn't cognizant really about my neck at all. And I was like, well, that makes sense. And so I sat with that information, new information about what's happening in the here and now. If I wasn't able to access that or tap into that, it's possible I would have went to the doctor and been like, hey, what could this be? And then that turns into a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't exist here and now. And so interestingly enough, I went into the bathroom a couple hours later and still saw those marks on my neck. And I went, that motherfucker grabbed my neck too. He had his arms around my neck. So what is happening in the here and now that isn't from this lifetime, this current moment, this story that's being played out? And what could potentially you be listening to within the body that's needing to be observed and acknowledged and released? Just some things to ponder for today. Thanks for listening, my friend. I hope you have a good day.
Thank you for listening to Miracle in Time podcast. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and share with a friend. If you would like to know more about me or my services, please visit yourlightllc.com.